today's video. Today I will be showing you how to shape your dress, your long gown, without having any puff at this hip side here. This video is a request video from one of my subscribers, Sister Chidozie. On this video today, I will be showing you how you can shape your gown without having any puff at the hip side, step by step. So I'm going to start shaping it from my armhole parts. And before then, let me explain on this particular one. Instead, in case if you're making gown that has joined like this, as in this upper side and the down part, later join it together. Please, before joining it, make sure that when you are joining it, when you are sewing it, these two join together. Not that after joining it, the up line will go up, will go one side, the down part will go one side. Before joining this particular gown, make sure you use your pin to hold both the up side and the down part together to avoid shifting. All right. Now the same way, like this particular one now, this particular gown does not have joining, but it's still the same thing. All right. So the same shaping. In case if yours has joining, make sure that this particular side does not shift. You use pin to hold it. Let's get started. I'm gonna start showing you the shaping from sleeve. Now after you fix your sleeve round, make sure that when you're cutting your dress, whatever measurement you add on the main fabric, add it on your sleeve. So when you are fixing your sleeve, you fix it up to the end of this main fabric. Look at my sleeve. My sleeve here and this main fabric is the same size, the same length. So when I'm shaping it, I will first of all remove my round sleeve, here, and I sew it. I hope you see what I'm doing. Sew your round sleeve first. In case if you are making it like this, you are adding your sleeve like this. Some people add sleeve, sew sleeve and the main dress first together. While some people they shape their armhole down first before attaching your sleeve. This one now, I shape both the sleeve and the main fabric together. Like I said earlier, make sure it's equal, the sleeve and the main fabric. Now after I've taken my round sleeve up to this side, I sew it from that, sew it straight. First of all, sew your sleeve up to this side. See where my chalk ends. This is where you end it. Don't sew it finish. All right? Or if you can sew it finish, later you lose it. And join it and sew it together. Like this thing you're seeing here, I sew both my sleeve and the main fabric together. I sew it up to here, I stop, and shape this my armhole. This is my main fabric here. This is my main dress. Later, I might bring it together. Make sure that I follow the line. I follow the sewing up to this my work here. Follow it down. Now I start shaping my dress. Please try watch this video to the end so that you understand it. Please, if you have not subscribed before watching this video, do me well to subscribe on this channel. Like this video and share my video. Please subscribe so that if I post any video, you will notify that I post video, because I post video mostly every week. Now I start. My round bust is 42. 42 divided by 2 is 21. Is 21. That is what people normally take. They take it like this. But that is not how I do shape my dress. To make it easier for me, for everyone, I shape it from this zip. When you want to shape your dress from zip. That makes it very, very easy for you. Like I said, my round bust is 42. 42 divided by 4 is 10 inches, 10 and a half inches. Now, I don't normally take exactly that my 10 and a half. I always add half inches. Why? Because to give free movement at the bust area. If your bust is 10 and a half, don't take that 10 and a half, take 11 inches. Add half inches on that bust area to give it space. Now, instead of 10 and a half, I take it 11 inches. See my 11 inches here. So the same thing, 11 inches here I take, I'll come to this side here. So this side, I measure that the same 11 inches up to this side. So this is my 11 inches. This is my 11 inches. Remember to follow from the sleeve. In case if you are sewing the sleeve, the same thing with the dress. Before taking it, like I said, make sure you have sewn your sleeve from the ras sleeve up to somewhere here and stop. So I've taken my 11 inches, my 11 inches from here to my armhole. Now I come straight to my waist. Please, when you are shaping your dress, it's only when I'm cutting it, I remove something from my under bust. But when I'm shaping my dress, I don't normally shape again from my under bust. What I do is to go straight to my waist and shape. My waist is 40 inches. 40 divided by 4 is 10 inches. I'm not adding anything on my waist side. It's only on my bust side I add half inches. The same thing to this other side, I measure my 10 inches. So this is my 10 inches here. I hope you are seeing it. Please, if you have any question on this work, drop it on the comment box. I will explain again for you. 10 inches for my waist side. As you are marking it this side, whatever you mark this side, mark it on this other side. Now I concentrate on my hip. This hip area is what that normally gives people difficulties to get it. All right, this place, if you don't take it well, after shaping your gown, it will end up bringing out puff on this hip side. So I will show you how you can avoid it. Your dress will come out very perfectly. Like I said, shape from your zip part. This zip is not long. It stops at this side. But you follow the zip line. There is zip line, like this zip line like this. Follow it. I said my round hip is 42. This is my hip here. I notch it. When you are cutting your dress, make sure to notch your hip so that you will know where your hip is. It's very, very important. Notch your hip area and notch your knee length area. Please watch my video on how to cut perfect pencil skirt. I explain details there. So this is my knee length here. Always notch it for you to get it. Like I said, my hip is 12. That is 48 divided by 4 is 12 inches. Now this 12 inches, I'm going to be taking these 12 inches all the way down part. Please don't minus anything again. That is why I say you should go to my video and watch on how to cut perfect pencil skirts. I explain very, very details of this work there. You understand it there. Now I take my 12 inches. Like I said, for you to avoid this puff from this hip side, this is what you do. It's very, very important. I start taking my 12 inches. This is my 12 inches. I take it like this. Don't take from here and use ruler, rule it down. No, it won't be it won't get it right, especially for the beginners. But if you are perfect, if you have perfect, you can just show you straight. You do that. But for the beginner, for the sake of the beginner, do this thing that I'm doing for you. Later, if you have mastered it, you can be taking it like that. All right. Now I'm going to be taking this 12 like this. See what I'm taking? I place my tape. I take it like this. Although it takes time, but after that, it will give you what you want. It will avoid this pause at your hip side. Now I'm going to be taking this 12. See what I'm doing like this. I'm going to be taking this 12, 12, 12 like this. And make sure that the line follows it. The chalk follows it like this. You see it? This is mine. You see, it's going to avoid all this puff at this hip part. I'm going to be taking this my hip like this. I'm going to take it 12 up to where the full length ends. Like I said, it takes time, but after sewing it comes out very, very well. Now this is my knee length. Whatever, this particular tape is what I will take all the way down to the full length. Whether you're making it short gown or long gown, whatever you get from your hip, take it down, take it down to the full length. Like I said, I got 12 inches from my hip. Is that 12 inches I will take it like that all the way down? All right. So this 12 inches, I take it again all the way down. This is my knee length here. I've notched it. This is my knee length. And make sure they're all together. You see what I'm doing now? Now, this is my full length of my dress. This dress now is a short gown. I made this short gown. This is my full length here. You see? up to the end. You see? So this is what we take. You don't need to minus any other things when you are sewing it. It's when you are cutting, you minus. Please again, watch my video on how to cut perfect pencil skirt. It's on my video. Please, I place it there. Now, whatever, the way I did it here, that is what I'll be doing at this other side. Now, I come to this other side here. Look at what I'm going to be doing here. It's still the same way. So the same way, 12 inches. I'll be taking this 12 inches like this. Don't give gap, 12 inches. You know, I've taken the other side. This is the second side I'm taking, 12 inches. Make sure that it's 12 inches. Follow it like that. I hope you are seeing it. See it here, 12 inches. Camera. All right, 12 inches. Later, yeah, you will use a chalk to be connecting it all the way down. Make sure that it's 12 inches you are connecting. Nothing less than that. Don't remove anything. Just follow that 12 inches. Whatever you get for your, all right, whatever you get for your hip, that is what you'll be using. 12 inches. So is this 12 inches I'll be taking like this all the way to the down part. All right. So I'll show you how to connect from that on from my armhole down to waist and to my hip line to full length. I hope you see what I just did now. You see the chalk? See the chalk? From my hip here, I make sure I make it that 12, 12. They're all 12 all the way down. Like I said, don't add any other thing and don't subtract anything there. It's the same that 12 will be taken. Now I'll be connecting my armhole part down to my waistline. And I will use my hip cuff to do that. This is my hip cuff. But in case you don't have it, you can use your hand to do that. Here does not have any problem. It's that hip part. Now, because I have it, let me use it to do that. And I'm still going to use my hand to do it for you to see it. Because I have it, I use my hip cuff to cover it up to this side. You see, but if you don't have it, you use your hand. Make sure your hands enter inside little. All right? As in from this armhole like here, when you are shaping your dress, make sure you go inside a little. It will give it will give you fitting at the bust side. That is why you will put your hand inside. Just from this particular armhole, shift your hand inside like this. All right, and start following it like that. In case if you don't have this hip cuff, if you don't have it, you can use your hand. Don't worry yourself. You can use your hand to shape it like that up to this waist part here. All right, start from this waist part. Let me show you how to connect it to the hip side. Already, it is easy to connect it. This is my hip and this is my waist. You can easily use your hand to do that in case if you don't have this hip cuff. Because I have it, I take my hip cuff, I place it on top my waist and place it on top my hip line. It's to blend it very well. It's this thing that will make it to be blend. But if you don't have it, you use your hand to do that. It's all they need to get. What you need mostly is for you to measure this to 12 inches all the way down. That is what you need. After that, the rest is not too hard again. Because I have this hip cup, I use it again to connect it to meet with my hip and blend it. All right, and blend it. Now this is my waist all the way. In case if you don't have it, I use my hand again to do this for you. I want you to get it very, very right. Now this is my waist. I take from my waist, I follow this like this, meet with my hip, and all the way down. This thing I did here, this is the same way I would do it at other side. I will show you how you will do that. Now I come to this side. Remember to let your hand go inside and take it all the way to this my waist part. But if you have French curve, when you go to market, ask for French your hip curve, you will get it there. It makes your work very easy. That you don't need to start pressing yourself. Just press it on top your armhole like this and on top your waistline. I hope you see it now. This is my waistline here, and press it from the up and shape it to meet with my waistline. All right. Now when you get to this side now, this is my hip side, like what I did before. I turn my hip cuff like this. I place it like this. Please see what I'm doing now. I place my hip cuff from my waist to my hip. This is my hip. All right, this is my hip here. I make sure that this my hip cuff touches the waist and touches my hip. Now I'm going to take it. This my hip cuff, it helps me to blend my hip side. You see, it's going to blend it. It blends it. You see how it comes out. So when I'm sewing now, is this my chalk? Is this chalk I will follow? I will sew on top like this. But in case we don't have it, I can't force you to go and start getting it. Take your hand. What matters again is for you to take this to 12 inches, take it all the way. As I take it, see how the thing is going. I don't stress myself on it. Just take it all the way to the full length. That is what matters for sewing. Once you get this your hip side, it avoids the puff at your hip area. So that is how when you want to sew it, you sew on top. You sew on top the chalk. Don't just pass the chalk and go and sew another place. Start sewing this part here from this chalk. Like I said, you have already sewn from your sleeve. In case you stop it, you stop it somewhere here. After joining this main one, follow the sewing again from this sleeve part. Follow it, sew it straight. Follow your distance. Please let me explain this. Follow it to the down part. Let me explain something to you here. Please, when you are sewing this your dress, you sew from this upper side. Start coming from the upper side. Before getting to this your hip side, maybe it's somewhere here, maybe it's somewhere this waist side. But before getting to this your hip side, now this is my hip side. Before getting to this hip side, make sure that when you're taking your sewing, you're sewing coming from the upper side here, don't stop. But once you get to this hip side, please don't stop. Continue sewing it straight. Because once you stop here, it will affect the sewing. Please, just maybe you're sewing your dress now. You can stop for somewhere here. You can even stop after your hip. But the most important thing, don't stop your sewing at the hip side. It will affect the sewing. All right? So when you're sewing from here, just follow the machine. Make sure that your machine is you fit it right, and just follow the sewing straight like this without stopping. Don't stop. Just continue sewing it like this straight. You can stop somewhere here, no problem. But just pass this hip side to avoid that puff. Once you have gotten the right measurement, sewing again is another big thing there. Once you get to this place, please don't stop in between this, before the waist, before the hip. You will stop after the hip. Just if you're a fast sewer, just follow it straight down. Just make sure it's down to avoid the puff. So when you finish sewing it, you see that there will not be any puff at your sewing, unless you shift your hand when you're sewing it, or you didn't follow this method. But once you follow this method and you sew the way I explained to you, there will not be any puff on your dress. So this is how to shape your gown perfectly. Very, very easy. Give it a try. You see how easy it comes out. In case if you have any question on this work, drop your message on my comment box. I will reply you there immediately. And in case if you have not subscribed before watching my video, please try and subscribe so that if I post any video, when I post any video, you will be the first to notify. Just try and subscribe, because I post video on this channel mostly every week. All right, I explain things like this for people to understand it. All right, please try and subscribe on this my channel. Like this my video and share my video. Give this work a try. You will see how easy it comes out. Thank you very, very much for taking your time to watch my video. God bless you. I love you. Bye bye.